Right, good morning YouTube. Long time, very long time no post a video. I've had other interests sort of absorbing me over the last few months. Volkswagen camper van T4, if anyone else has got one they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's kind of absorbing all my time, getting the thing sort of up together and roadworthy and in a decent enough condition that we can actually go camper vanning in it, which it now is. What's the point of this video? So I'm just running a couple of errands into town. I thought I'd quickly put the cameras on, A, for a bit of a test, and B, to get a video up on YouTube, just to let everyone know, what's going to be happening over the next sort of month or so. Beginning of July, where with a group of friends, we're all heading over to France, and Belgium, maybe a little bit of Germany, Holland, and like the video that I uploaded, oh god, it's probably about 5 years ago, with the Himalayan, where we did the all the battlefields around sort of Normandy. We're going to do a bit around the Pas de Calais, so there'll be some World War I and World War II sites that we'll go and visit there. Just negotiate this turn. Oh, we're going to go past the Royal Oak. Look, pub made famous by James May, village pub, very good, highly recommended, not ridiculously expensive, good beer, good food, so if you're in the area, definitely worth a stop there. So yes, back to the France thing. So the first couple of nights we're going to be in Pas de Calais, and I'm going to go and hopefully visit my two great grandfathers who were killed in the First World War. One on my mother's side, and one on my father's side, obviously, and they're about an hour apart from each other, or their graves are about an hour apart from each other. One in Belgium and one just over the border in France. And as far as I've been able to work out, I'll be the first family member who gets to go to visit the graves. So I'm looking forward to it, but I think it's going to be a bit of an emotional one, that one. And then we're going to head down from there down to Bastogne, a couple of days around Bastogne, do some sights around the Ardennes, Battle of the Bulge and obviously and all that. And then a couple of days after that we're back up to Arnhem into Belgium. And obviously, we've got the whole bridge too far and all that kind of escapade around there. We're there for a couple of nights, and then it's back to Dunkirk, and we're hoping there's going to be a Dunkirk museum or something we can visit there, overnight in Dunkirk, then back on the tunnel, back over to UK and back home again. So it should be a good trip. Google tells me it's about 1,200 miles in all, plus the running around that we'll do, seeing the sights and during the day. So really looking forward to that. Should be very good and can't wait. And I just hope the weather is something similar to this. The summer has just broken in the UK, and it's just like someone flicked a switch, summer starts, and we've gone from sort of 12-13 degrees during the day, and all of a sudden today it's in the mid-30s, and blue sky as far as you can see. So a couple of errands I've got to run. One to the doctor's surgery, because I'm that kind of age now, and the other one, a bit more exciting, I'm going into town to the local motorcycle dealer in Salisbury, Hayballs, and I'm going to see if I can pick up a tank bag for the Guzzi. The internet tells me that they are a Guzzi dealer, and so I'm going to go and have a look, see what they can do there. And hopefully we'll have something mounted on the tank sort of here that will still let me get to the key and everything else, but not interfere too much with the handlebars, but just somewhere keep all my documents while I'm abroad, and fit all the gubbins, for all this, batteries, etc., all in there. Oh lovely, get a bit of speed up and a bit of cool breeze. Oh, that's just a job. The road I'm riding on now is the A30 between Shaftesbury and Salisbury. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but over there in the distance on the hill you can see they're quite famous, the Fovant badges, which were created during World War I by the infantry regiments that were billeted just below the downs there, and they carved their regimental insignia into the chalk on the hillside. So every so often the volunteers and or the army turn up and weed them and get all the chalk back white. It's but they are quite famous. So I've got to make a stop and fob, and then we will be back out on the A30 and riding right past them. So we'll probably get a bit of a better shot of them as we go past. Just click the lid shut. Yeah, look at that, fantastic. Blue sky, not too hot yet. What's the old temperature gauge? Oh, 28. So it's not terrible. You know, riding with it is a riding shirt, not just a shirt. So it's got the armour and everything in, a proper YKK zip. But yeah, it just lets the breeze through, and I feel it around my armpits, which is probably too much information. Okay, so that's the doctor's done, and now we're heading into Salisbury. So back onto the A30. Oh, cars coming. We'll just hang on there. And away we go. So I'll see if I can get a shot of the badgers as we go past them. There's a sort of viewpoint just up here. Let's just shut that so we're not getting a load of wind noise. And they are literally just over there. Probably about half a mile or so. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, so that should be picking that up on the camera with any luck as we go past. We'll see. There's the old viewpoint with the information badge sign. Bit of local history anyway. I'll just click the visor in and we're off. Yeah, so hopefully the camera's picking that up on the dash down there. The Guzzi is about to cross a milestone, 20,000 miles, in, well, just over 300 miles. And so I'll be doing a sort of shakedown video, I think, when I actually hit the 20,000 mile mark, which won't be long, just so to sort of run through everything, you know, how I feel about the bike, how it's behaved, how it's performed, the niggles that I've had, and what I like about it, and I was going to say things I don't like about it, but I'm not really sure that there is anything that I actually dislike about the bike. There are a couple of niggles, but they are only niggles, and they absolutely don't detract from the bike overall, you know. But on the whole, you know, not a spoiler up front, it's I've thoroughly enjoyed having the Guzzi. It's been a fantastic addition to the stable. You know, it's been a good workhorse. It's had a couple of hiccups, but they were only hiccups. It's never you know, let me down. You know, pray to the Mandela gods. It's you know, I can't really fault it from that point. But anyway, no more spoilers. We'll do that in a separate video. But for now, just enjoy a fantastic bit of countryside, and a ride into Hables, and hopefully they can do something with a tank bag. I'm still not really 100% convinced on where it's going to go, because if it goes there, obviously then I've got trouble getting to the key, and I'll need to relocate the phone for the sat nav again. I have thought about getting one of these bar mounts to put it sort of up here, but I think that will probably put the phone, well, it puts the phone too far away. You know, here I can, if I absolutely need to, I can operate it, whereas if it's up there, it's a pain. So anyway, don't know, we'll see. I've had a look at some of the tank rings, and they've got a fixture that goes on here, but the actual location for the bag is there. So, you know, that could kind of work if it's not, you know, beer belly. We need to get rid of that as well. I'm sure that's what the doctor's going to tell me, but anyway. You know, if the bag was here, it doesn't need to be huge. I just want it to be big enough to get things like wallet, passport, you know, these gizmos and bits and bobs in there, and if I can demount it and carry it away with me on a shoulder strap or something, brilliant. So I think, you know, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, and if it's 100% waterproof, that would absolutely be a bonus, because, you know, cameras and batteries and electronics and water generally don't mix. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, and just occurred to me, there's going to be there will be an addition to the channel as well. I've bought myself a little Neo drone after watching a few videos on YouTube. I'm still practicing with it, but I'll be taking that with me, and hopefully we'll get some drone shots. What I'd really like to get is you know, some shots of the cemeteries where my grandfathers are buried from a drone, just so that when I bring them home and I can show them to the family, they get some kind of like context of the area around, you know. But we'll see how we get on with that. Keep practicing. So far I've not managed to crash it, or not seriously anyway, so it's still in one piece and relatively unscathed. I'm yet to fly it very much outside, just because I'm still building my confidence, but we'll get there, I'm sure. But yeah, should be good. It's a DJI Neo, if anyone is interested. I know the Neo 2 has just come out, which meant all of a sudden the market was flooded with Neo 1s and the price dropped. So, you know, I'm always generally I'm a few steps behind in the technology that I use. So as you can see from the, you know, the GoPros, I'm on the previous version of the GoPro Max, and the heroes I'm using are Hero 8s, I think. It's whichever is the first or it might be 5s. It's whichever is the first one that had image stabilization anyway. But they do a passable job for videos that you're uploading to YouTube. I generally tend to shoot everything in 1080p, because YouTube compresses everything to that anyway. And I'm not you know, particularly finicky about getting the minutest detail and the colour cues and everything like that. For what I use them for, they are absolutely fine. They capture the moment, and you can see what's happening. So, you know, that's what I'm more interested in. Well, I don't know if you're hearing all that, but I'm getting quite a lot of messages this morning. Oh well, hopefully it's not bad news from work, but I'm on holiday today, so I don't care. So I think we'll probably wind the video up there, because I'm just coming into Wilton, which means we'll be, you know, chugging through the traffic, and I can't really think of much else to say actually, but we'll get this 20,000 mile video done, and over the next few weeks I'm going to service the Guzzi in the meantime, have a couple of new tyres, brake pads, etc. if it needs it, but it's only really due a minor service because I did a major service on it last time. But yeah, get that done so we're all prepped for France with new tyres, new brakes, full service. And then off we go. Bit of motorway bashing on the way up to get to the tunnel, and then from then on we're trying to stay off the motorway as much as we can, and then obviously, you know, when we come back we'll pick up the motorway and whiz back that way. But yeah, should be good. So give these guys a flash. Nothing back though, never mind. Yeah, what a lovely day, although it is a bit on the warm side. I can feel the heat from the catalytic converter coming up through the soles of my boots. What are we now, 29 degrees? So yeah, I can kind of appreciate, you know, that could be annoying if you lived in a hot climate where it's like that every day. Unfortunately in the UK we don't. You know, it is the exception rather than the norm, despite global warming. And most of the time I'm glad of the heat that's coming back off the cylinders and coming up off the catalytic converter, because it, you know, it all, every little helps to keep you warm. And so here we are, just coming into Wilton, ancient capital of Wessex. I think that's right. Right.
Your destination is on the right.
And here we go. So just had a ride back from Salisbury, and unfortunately Hables were unable to assist with the tank bed thing. The only one they had that might fit was an Oxford one, which was you had to strap onto the tank, but it would have covered up the fuel filler, so it would have been a real pain every time you needed to refuel. So that was kind of a non-starter really, and they didn't seem particularly interested in you know, trying to sell anything else, so I gave it up as a bit of a bad job really. Trying to support a local dealer, but there we go. So anyway, it's back to looking online, and we'll see what we can find, you know, that with either one, you know, it's going to be however it works out with a tank mounting, unless I get the Guzzi one, which is back here. That could work. I can still access everything, so we'll have to see how we go with that. But then I'm kind of a bit concerned, you know, about the tank bag just being in the way. But I do want something where I've got, so I'm not fumbling about in pockets of jackets and stuff looking for, you know, wallets and passports. It's all like right here. So I don't know, the search continues. We'll see how we get on. But what a fantastic day. It is quite warm though. What are we now? 30. But you know, you've got to make the most of it. So just what is this road? The A350. So from Warminster down towards Shaftesbury, and we'll be climbing up onto the top of the downs in a minute. So we should get some fantastic views over rolling Wiltshire countryside. There's some rolling English countryside. Oh, jerky, jerky, jerky. And here we go. We're just coming back into, well, this is Fonthill, but the next village is where I live, and So I think we'll close it off there, guys. Lovely day for a ride, but not quite got the desired result, but there we go.